Hey guys, how's it going? Joel here. Just hanging out playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2. This has kind of been the game I've been sinking my time into. I'm working on a few other projects with TheGameFanatics and playing some games that I can't talk about yet, but you'll probably see those on the channel pretty soon, whether it's here and or on TheGameFanatics.com. But it's kind of been a while since I've given my impression on a brand new game, which is weird because I could have swore I did one for Spider-Man, but I guess it must have been something else. Spider-Man came and definitely enjoyed that game a lot. It was really fun. One of my top games of the year. So if you haven't played it and you have a PS4, what the hell are you doing? Go play that game. But anyways, here with Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that I didn't really have a lot of hype for throughout the year, just because I'm not super into Westerns. I did enjoy the first one a lot. And so when this one was coming out, I was like, oh, cool. You know, I'll definitely check it out and play it. And since it, you know, like probably right before it came out, I kind of started getting a little more hyped for it. A lot of it mainly with details of the world and how huge it is, and the encounters and just different things, different details that had leaked out. So I kind of got more excited for it as it came, and you know, I bought it obviously when it came out, and I've been enjoying my time with it. It is a fantastic game. It's a huge world. It's very detailed. You know, whether it's taking care of your main protagonist, which is Arthur Morgan, part of Dutch's gang. So if you played the first Red Dead Redemption, then you knew John Marston. He's also in this game. He's kind of young in this game, and not really the person he is that you play as in Red Dead Redemption. This is definitely a prequel to that. And you're playing as Arthur Morgan, who's more of like a, I don't know, it's hard to really pinpoint who or what he is. I'm maybe like 20 hours into the game. I'm not super deep into the story. I've made it to chapter 3, so I know there's still a lot more of the game to go, but just overall, I don't think my impressions will change. You know, with what I've played and what I've experienced in the game, I've gotten a pretty good idea of what this game is, and it's amazing, the detail that they've put into this game, the world, the amount of things there are to do. One of my favorite things to do in the game is actually hunt, which is weird. I'm not super into hunting in like real life. Obviously a lot of people aren't, but they enjoy it in games. And this game just makes it really interesting, and you know, for certain animals like the legendary animals, it's kind of a cool thing to chase after. I think I've taken down maybe 2 of them, and it's really fun to kind of track them and learn info about them, and then once you study them, you can kind of figure out what's the best way to kill them. And you know, you get their hide, and you can take their hide, and then you can get legendary items crafted, or special items crafted. So a lot to the game. There's a lot of collectibles, so there's like dream catchers, and I just found a cigarette card in this camp here. I think I find a few of them actually, maybe like 2 or 3. There's so much to do, and I know I haven't done most of it. The shooting is very Grand Theft Auto 5, so if you've played Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe even Red Dead Redemption, the first one, if you've played those games, then you're gonna feel very like at home. Like, this is very familiar, the Rockstar playstyle of games. And not to say it's bad. I mean, it's not the best open world gameplay experience as far as like controls and stuff like that go. But once you get used to it and you kind of get the swing of some of the jank in the game, it's very, very easy to kind of get into it. You're probably seeing the best shooting I've done in this game with this gameplay. You know, being able to lock on with Deadeye, and you, at a certain point, it doesn't automatically hit your targets for you. You have to manually hit the button, and that's even better. You get more headshots that way. You get more precise kills that way, and man, this game is just so cool. You know, and obviously with this game coming out, and it's almost the end of the year, And so a lot of us have been talking about Game of the Year, whether it's, you know, just between me and my friends or with the Game Fanatics. This game does come up a lot for Game of the Year, obviously. I mean, it's going to. But it's hard to really kind of, I don't know, it's really hard to put into words how I feel about this game overall compared to like God of War, Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2, Into the Breach, The Messenger, just all these other great games that I've played this year. I mean, this is definitely up there with those games. So it's been quite a ride to experience less games this year than I did last year, as far as like games that have come out in this year. But God of War still sticks with me as my game of the year because it's a game I constantly think about. It's a game that when compared to this is very different. You know, God of War has some open areas. There's some puzzle areas, some side quests. But just something about what they did with Kratos. You know, Kratos has been one of my favorite characters for a long time. And, you know, the way they kind of remastered him and re-imaged him in God of War was really cool. Was really nice to see. And as I go on to Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that has definitely taken my attention away from everything else, you know, it's definitely at least in the top 3. I didn't think it was going to be in my top 3 at all playing it early on, but it's made its way up there. So it's got to battle it out with Ni no Kuni 2, I guess, and Spider-Man. But yeah, so one of the missions that I also enjoy doing besides like hunting legendary animals is hunting down these bounties. So in every town there's a sheriff station, and you can usually go in and pick up a bounty, and it'll kind of give you details of where a certain character, you know, infamous killer, infamous gunslinger might be, and your job is to go track them down and either bring them in dead or alive. Some of the bounties might say alive, so it really depends on how you approach it. On this one, I had no choice but to take everybody down. So, and you know, you still take the body back to the sheriff, and so that's what I'll be doing in this part of the game. But yeah, as the year comes to an end, you know, we've got Smash Brothers coming out on the Switch, and hopefully I'll be deeper into this game by then, and we can kind of get an idea of what Game of the Year is going to look like. And I'll definitely do a video talking about my Game of the Year, maybe even do like a top 5 list and do like a countdown that way with some footage. But yeah, other than that, I'll just kind of leave the rest of this mission up for you guys to kind of take a look. If you haven't checked out Red Dead Redemption 2 and you're not sure if it's for you, I would recommend renting it from like Redbox, you know, and give it a good, I would say maybe up to 5 hours. The first hour and a half or 2 are going to be more of a tutorial, and they're a little bit slower, and it's very deliberate in how it's slow, because it eases you into this world and it eases you into the play style of the game, which is critical because it's only going to build upon that stuff. So I would say, you know, give it a chance for sure. You know, it's not going to be for everybody. There's plenty of people that have played this game and who were very excited for it, and people that I thought would love this game that ended up not really liking it, you know, and I was in the camp of probably not going to enjoy the game, and now it's definitely been one of my favorite games to play. So, you know, you don't really know until you try it. So don't let other people's opinions really kind of steer you one way or another. I'd recommend renting it if you're not sure. So, but give it a shot, guys. It's definitely something to experience, whether you end up liking it or not. It's just like a technical marvel in a way for video games, and it's going to be hard to find another open world that does so many things right the way this game has, and the amount of polish that it does have, even though there is jank to it, because just of the Rockstar way that Rockstar games play. It's still very well polished. I've had very little bugs, very little glitches. So, anyways, guys, yeah, keep it tuned here. Finish watching the mission, and you know, at a certain point, check out some of my other videos. And until next time, goodbye.
Everyone wants a piece of you, Mr. Wofford. Now, let's get you back. Yeah.
What is the matter with you?
Maniac!
Vous avez perdu la tête?
At last, someone finally caught her. Hey, careful.
I believe this body's worth something.
Well, now. So much for them boys being the terror of the South. Drop that raider in the cart out back. Come around for your bounty. From the city of Saint-Denis to you, sir, with thanks.
That's it.